Welcome to Card Table Commentary. I'm your host, Seymour Peterson. This is installment number 3. I consider Card Table Commentary to be in the nature of a book, and you get the most out of it if you read it in order. And if you want to do that, if you enjoy the show, subscribe, and that will alert you every time there's a new installment available for viewing. This week we're going to talk about fiat money. The new economy couldn't exist without fiat money. You see, fiat is not just a cheap Italian car. It's a Latin word that means it will be done. And basically, fiat money is money that the issuer says is money. A lot of people can say things are money and it's not going to mean anything. You've got to be able to back it up with a history of your fiat currency having somewhat of a stable value, and you have to show that you'll make efforts to maintain that value, to make a fiat currency widely used. The way that people used to create trust in paper currency was to offer to back it up with metal at a certain exchange rate, and they would give you so much gold or silver. Up to 1964, the same year that they quit making silver coins out of silver, dollar bills, all currency was called either a silver certificate or before that a gold certificate. But at that time, the name was changed to the Federal Reserve note that we know today, and by doing that, they absolved themselves of any responsibility to redeem the money for any kind of metal. Up to 1971, the U.S. Had a policy of, for certain foreign holders of U.S. dollars, redeeming them in gold if the owner desired to. But about this time, a lot of countries started to lose faith in the real value of the dollar and demanded gold for their dollar holdings. And so in 1971, Richard Nixon put a stop to this policy. And this is always called closing the gold window. And after that time, the U.S. currency was totally a fiat currency with no metal backing or no restriction on how much of it could be issued. The other nations were probably right, because since 1971, the value of gold has gone from $35 an ounce to $1,800 an ounce. That means that the value of the dollar in terms of gold has gone from $1 to 2 cents. In terms of the consumer price index, since 1971, the value of the dollar has declined to 15 cents. The primary purpose of the Federal Reserve is supposed to be to control inflation. The reason that the U.S. Forsook the sound money was to provide more flexibility in making spending decisions and in controlling the money supply. The purpose of this was to increase economic output. And the theory that the government could enhance economic output through control of government spending and the issuance of money was popularized by John Maynard Keynes. And the disciples of his thinking, which are many, are called Keynesians. It's said that after Nixon shut the gold window, he made the statement, "We're all Keynesians now." It was a fateful thing to have brought up. Now, absent any kind of backing, the value of a fiat currency is based strictly on the confidence of holders, of people that would use the currency. And so they look to the policies of the issuer to decide if this is something we really want to use. And among the things they might look at, the user or the issuer has controlled inflation in his own country, what success he's had in balancing government budgets, in turning around foreign trade imbalances. All those are things that are important things that people look at when evaluating a currency. And as we've seen, the U.S. has not been very successful in doing these things, but still, our currency, the dollar, is universally used in business transactions and is held by investors in dollar terms all over the world. Now, there's three reasons why this is so. The first is that most of the other countries also are following Keynesian economic policies, and the value of their currencies have depreciated at a similar rate to ours. The second reason is that some of our foreign trading partners, like Japan and China, our largest trading partners, follow a policy of trying to enhance exports. They want to have an export economy. And as a result, they accumulate the money from their trading partner, us, in U.S. dollars. They accumulate huge dollar surpluses. Classic economics would indicate that they would try to get rid of those dollar surpluses before they depreciate any further, and that would tend to drive the value of the dollar down, and it would disrupt the trade relationship. So instead of letting that happen, they hold those dollars as investments as the price of maintaining their export economies. The third reason that people honor and hold our currency is that they're pretty much afraid not to. The whole world's economic system is based on the dollar. And if there were a crisis in confidence in the dollar, the world's economy would probably collapse, and everybody would be worse off, and nobody wants that to happen. So even though we haven't done the best job of managing our currency, people kind of hope that it'll continue to limp along, and that there won't be a crisis. And nobody wants to be the one to stop the music and find out who can't find a chair. it's a lot like the king's new clothes. Nobody wants to be the one to tell Uncle Sam that he's got no trousers. We've answered one of the questions that we posed in the first installment, which was, why do countries like Venezuela and Argentina have intractable inflation problems when they follow monetary policies quite similar to what we're doing? And the answer is that they haven't been able to establish confidence in their fiat currencies. So when they issue too much of it, prices just go up accordingly, and you can't really stop the spiral. It's the same thing that happened in Germany after the First World War. In the next installment of Card Table Commentary, we're going to attempt to evaluate how well Keynesian economics have worked in the real world. If you like what you hear here, press the like button. We'd like you to subscribe so that you know about coming episodes when they come out. And we'd like to see any comments you might have.